Good afternoon. It's with great pleasure that I welcome you here on this very special occasion. It's an honour to have all of you, your family and friends here with us today and to be able to acknowledge and celebrate that you've achieved. It's a particularly poignant occasion for me as our graduation ceremony today marks my final address as Chair of the Board of Trustees as my term of office concludes. But I could not think of a better last day in office than being with you all here as you graduate today. This is what we're all about, the university, and seeing you graduate and achieve your academic ambitions makes me so incredibly proud. It's truly been an honour to undertake the role during my tenure, as graduation is without doubt the most important event in the university calendar, a day when we recognise and applaud the achievements of our graduates and share with them in their success. First and foremost, we're here to acknowledge the hard work, and it is hard work, and dedication of our graduates. So wonderful to see so many of you here today. More so to this side of the room, upstairs and at the back, because it's also the employers, the partners, the parents, the children and the friends who come together today to celebrate with our graduates. Significant achievements are rarely made by individuals alone, but by people working together, and we acknowledge and thank you for all. And we can only imagine how relieved you all were when the results came through. It also gives me great pleasure to welcome our guest speaker today, Sadie Morgan. Um, to have you with us today, Sadie. I'm really looking forward to hearing your address later on. I'm also delighted to welcome members of our board of trustees who are with us, and also the Reading, who's with us this afternoon. But before we get to the awards themselves, I would now like to invite UCEM Chancellor Ashley Whitson to address our graduates. Ashley, over to you. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Amanda. And just echoing my own very warm welcome to all. So much for joining us today. So for all of you, let's start at the beginning. An extraordinary group of people you are. It's your hard work and your determination through which you've all achieved something today. With your family, friends, you have the opportunity to celebrate and to reflect on achievements. I have a belief that in life you typically only get out what you put in. And in all of your cases, you've put in a huge amount and you richly deserve everything you get out. My message to all of you today is a simple one. As you look forward, consider carefully the future and the positive impact which your newly gained skills and qualifications can have on the built environment. Even more importantly, I'd urge you to see it through the eyes of people who live, who work, and who play within it. None of us in this room should be in any doubt. More than ever, the world needs a better, a safer, and critically, a more sustainable built environment. Global citizens have, as a minimum, a right to demand that. And as you'll all be aware, the challenges we face are now greater and more complex than ever. Fast-growing populations, rapid urbanization, climate change, leading to the need for resilient buildings and a significant and urgent reduction in energy use and carbon output. The emergence of smart cities, connected buildings, coupled with the general pace of technological change, off-site and on-site manufacturing, and new and modern and advanced building techniques, as well as transport and infrastructure solutions on a scale never seen before. This list goes on and is certainly expensive. But these solutions all require the application of your newly found skills. And as you do that, I would ask you to consider the extent of your professional responsibility and to find ways to be the guardians of our substantial, precious, and highly intricate built environment. Whether you're involved in newly constructed buildings or future builds, or those buildings which are being restored, preserved, regenerated, or those which are being maintained or refurbished, updated, or simply in use. What we'll need from you are solutions that are creative and which will serve future generations. We'll need you to be the professionals who understand the need for a long-term and human-centric approach to the built environment, and who are sensitive to and appreciative of the natural environment in which our buildings sit, and who choose to add to it rather than diminish it. And most importantly, need to be the people who are unerring in upholding the highest professional standards and quality. The built environment and the environment as a whole needs you more now than ever. And I, for one, feel confident and more relaxed knowing that UCEM graduates will continue to be at the centre of exceptional solutions for the built environment. It should be obvious to everybody in this room that UCEM's role appears now to be more important than ever. From our humble beginnings in 1990, following the institution's foundation by Sir William Wells to meet the post-war demand for new building and construction, this remarkable institution has grown to become the largest provider of higher education to the built environment professions, with some 4,000 students studying in around 115 different countries. As ever, we remain responsive and agile, meeting the needs of industry. And we're significantly increasing the focus on environmental and sustainability programs as a result, ensuring that we're leaders in addressing the climate emergency, positioning ourselves firmly as the world's most sustainable university. Our Royal Charter sets out our role very clearly. UCM's mission is emphasised in the 6 tenets of our core purpose. providing education which is accessible, which is relevant and cost effective, and through that enhancing careers, increasing professionalism, and ultimately contributing to a better and more sustainable built environment. Ultimately, we're here to serve, and we continue to ensure that the impact and influence of our work is both relevant and substantive. Our job, and in fact my job, is pretty straightforward. It's to fully support our students' education ambitions, wherever they are and at whatever level, whether they wish to go slow or fast, regardless of age, start point, or background, without any unnecessary barriers. We want to make sure that we're equipping each and every possible UCM student today with the necessary skills to ensure that the built environment of tomorrow is an exceptional and a sustainable one. At UCM, that's what makes us different. I think it makes us special, and I firmly believe it makes us better. I'd urge you all to be great ambassadors for UCM and the work that we do as you join the some 150,000 alumni from this great institution. Before I finish, I would just like to pause and take a moment to thank all of the UCM trustees, both past and present, who all give their time voluntarily, for all of their continued support and oversight and guidance. Without that, we simply couldn't do what we do. In particular, and especially today, I would like to extend my sincerest thanks to Amanda Clack, Chair of the Board, of course, for guiding us through today's proceedings. But as you've heard, this marks Amanda's final formal engagement as Chair, and therefore her last graduation ceremony, as she steps down as UCM Chair after 6 years, one as a trustee and 5 as Chair. Amanda has presided over this institution during an extraordinary era, leading its board through the first 5 years of our Centre of Excellence strategy, overseeing the development and growth of our degree apprenticeship programs, navigating the demands of a new higher education regulator, seeing the successful award of our indefinite degree awarding powers, steering us through 2 years of disruption during the COVID pandemic, and of course, more recently, the historic decision to change our name. We will have the opportunity to say a full and proper farewell at our meeting on the 3rd of April. But for now, I would like to publicly thank her for all of her hard work, her leadership, her personal support and guidance, which I have valued enormously, and also on behalf of everyone at UCM, for her dedication, for her contribution to UCM, and the unquestionable lasting impact that she has had. Please could I ask you all to join me in thanking Amanda for her service and time as UCM Chair. So there aren't flowers for everyone, but I'd also like to recognise the exceptional work done by all of these people behind me, and in fact, all the members of staff at the University College, of course, many of whom are not here today. It's their dedication, their hard work and commitment, which is essential in providing such high quality programs each and every year. Please could I also ask you to join me in thanking so in closing, and perhaps most importantly, in reflecting on your achievements, now please consider the positive and arguably necessary impact which you can have on the built and natural environment. Celebrate with your families and friends who've supported you, whilst of course also thanking them for their valued support and sacrifices, which I'm sure were an integral part of your studies. And then go and make them even more proud as you develop your careers and as you help to make a better, more sustainable built environment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashley. I would now like to invite Jane Fouts, our Deputy Vice-Chancellor, to call forward our graduates to receive their awards. Thank you, Jane.
As we begin our awards today, please feel free to join us in congratulating all of our graduates by clapping and cheering their success. I first call upon the Vice-Chancellor to present the Bachelor of Science Building Surveying Awards. The following graduates have been awarded: Lauren Hamberlin, Javier Ling, Oliver Joseph McKinley, Vice-Chancellor. Next we present the Bachelor of Science Construction Management Awards. The following graduates have been awarded: Bobby Ann Brown, Ashraf Sisson, Robert Thomas Kinchin, Tom Mansfield, Chloe Lauren Maguire, Harvinder Singh Mudar, Rebecca Ogamodade, Andrew Ridgway, Eleanor Roos Eyre, George Sale, Holly Setchell. Joshua Michael Smith. Jacob Leslie Squirrel. Oliver Warnes. Vice-Chancellor, we now turn to the Bachelor of Science Quantity Surveying Awards. The following graduates have been awarded. Braden Beckles. Jake Cullen. Luca Alaya. Frederick Daniel Fairs. William Hamilton. Logan Fraser Harris. Sam Oliver Harrison. Joshua Thomas Herbert. Rowan Thomas Kerr. Lucas Damian Florencio Raymond Martin Biver. Aaron Patrick McDonnell. Donna Modeste. William Mortimer. Chris Sade. Megan Alice Sprake. Charlotte Ann Taylor. Alan Thompson. Alan Thompson. Isabel Victoria Young. Vice-Chancellor, next we present the Bachelor of Science Real Estate Management Awards. The following graduates have been awarded. Monjour Ahmed. Nicholas William Harold Cadman. Lauren Louisa Cordell. Sarah Claire Griffiths. Phoebe Grace Harmer. Jennifer Mary Jackson. Katrina Kamara. Zohab Hussain Mayor Khan. Sonny Paul Joshua Ling. Amy Longdon. Abby Danielle Martin. Richard Lloyd Milbank. Sven Edward Zillman. Vice-Chancellor, now we present the Master of Business Administration, Construction and Real Estate Awards. The following graduate has been awarded. Simon Mock. Vice-Chancellor, I present those graduates who have been awarded Master of Science Building Surveying. The following graduates have been awarded: Michael Paul Forshaw, Jennifer May Hearn, Elizabeth Catherine Life, Ken Varden, Vice-Chancellor, we now turn to those graduates who have been awarded Master of Science Construction Management. The following graduates have been awarded: Liam Ben Ayres, Sarah Kersey, Patrick John McHenry, Holly Ann Merritt, Samraj Farrar, Gracie Louise Schooling, Thomas Benjamin Leslie Stiles, Vice-Chancellor, I present those graduates who have been awarded Master of Science Quantity Surveying. The following graduates have been awarded: Ellen Jane Andreasen, Jessica Bacter, Rebecca Louise Cox, Marie Stefania Farine, Lucy Rose Holden Clark, Alexander Lloyd Jonas, George Cook Keeble, Nikita Majiavadia, Victoria Mary Moyle. Owen James Prescott. Oliver James Till. Kitty Varga. Josette Tashner Walker. Christopher Warmby. Finally, Vice-Chancellor, we turn to the graduates who have been awarded Master of Science Real Estate. The following graduates have been awarded: Joseph Oribio Akibi, Henry Bourne, Jessica Claire Hudson, Danielle Marie Cooper, Harry Evans, Lucy Fairhurst, Carrick Freeland, Matthew French, Imogen Holly Good, Miles Horton Baker, Sophie James, Bethan Jones, Timothy John Leishon, Polly McLean, Sarita Mathai, Lucia Nabasagi, Imogen May Rayner. Adam Rowe. Rhiannon Stanley. Olivia Lily Tallis. Sandra Denise Taylor. Janet Thomas. Joseph Paul Tunney. James West. Macy Wheeler. John Robert Ewan Wilson. We warmly congratulate all those who are graduating in absentia today. Vice-Chancellor, there are some that have not been able to make it here for the start of the ceremony. Graduation is such an important and exciting achievement that we would like to ensure all have the chance to do so. Therefore, I now call to the stage Baljot Gill, who's been awarded the Bachelor of Science Quantity Surveying. We warmly congratulate all those who are graduating in absentia today. Vice-Chancellor, may I now ask you to present the prizes. The following graduate is awarded the UCEM Prize for Best Overall Performance on the Bachelor of Science Construction Management Programme. Eleanor Roux-Air. Vice-Chancellor, may I now ask you to present the winner of the Sustainability Research Prize. This prize recognises outstanding and collegiate contributions to sustainability research through the students' final year project by evaluating their creativity, originality, and potential for a sustainable contribution to the field. Academic and collaborative attitudes have also been demonstrated throughout the project module. We are able to present this award thanks to the generosity of some of our honorary community, including Anne Haywood, Andrea Plant, and Roll Call Property. The following graduate is awarded the Sustainability Research Prize for their project titled Why Are Women Underrepresented in the Construction Industry in the UK, and What Can Be Done to Improve Participation? Sarah Kersey. Finally, Vice-Chancellor, the following graduate is awarded the Chapman-Adkin Award. The Chapman-Adkin Award recognises the performance of students who have shown special endeavour in studying during one of UCEM's programmes. We are proud to recognise this student for her exceptional perseverance and dedication. Despite facing significant personal challenges, she has successfully completed her bachelor's degree while contributing significantly to our sustainability initiatives through her role as student officer and part of Responsible Futures. Her ability to balance a demanding professional role, academic responsibilities, and personal commitment is truly inspiring. She has shown remarkable tenacity and resilience, making her a deserving recipient of the award for special endeavour in study. It's a pleasure to give this award to Donna Modest. We also congratulate those prize winners who are unable to be with us today. Vice-Chancellor, this concludes the awards today.
It's now my great pleasure to invite inspiration, Professor Sadie Morgan, OBE, and to address our graduates. Professor Sadie Morgan is a co-founding director of DRM, a sterling prize-winning architectural studio based in London, but with a reach that's much broader. She's a renowned advocate for design excellence in UK development. She's been championing design excellence for over 2 decades and is involved in several advisory roles, including chairing the design panel for High Speed 2 and is a commissioner for the National Infrastructure Commission. Sadie also established the Quality of Life Foundation, an independent body prioritising the well-being in the built environment. She's an accomplished academic herself, a speaker, and a champion of equity in the built environment. Sadie has placed design and well-being at the forefront of major infrastructure and housing initiatives. She's also a strong advocate in supporting women in the built environment. I've had the pleasure of attending one or two Sadie's soirees, which is a fantastic networking organisation she established. Sadie, myself, and our graduates look forward for your insights and advice as they set out on their careers in the environment. Thank you very much, Sadie. Over to you.
No pressure then. I think first of all, I'd just like to thank you all for inviting me and allowing me to share such a special moment for you in your lives. I love these moments. I think celebrating achievement is so important. And I was actually unable to attend my own degree ceremony. So I'm living vicariously through all of you, and the opportunity I had to see both of my daughters graduate, which, as you parents and and carers will know, is I think one of the proudest moments of my life. So it's wonderful to be here. When I graduated, the one thing that I think I knew that I wanted to do was to make a positive difference, a contribution to the world. I wrote that down and I'm like, oh, that's so corny, Speedy. Um, but it was true. And I think it's been an overriding principle, and one that I've really carried through all of my, not only personal, but professional life. And I suppose the one thing that I reflect on is that although I spent most of my life drawing plans, I never actually had one for myself. And I haven't really changed that. And to be honest, the reason I haven't changed that is because this non-plan has led me to do things that I would or could ever imagine. From setting up my own, I'm only going to say this because I had a discussion earlier, and I was saying that I set my own practice up at 23, but I wouldn't mention that. And my colleague said, well, the speaker this morning said he set his up at 24, so I'd get in there. So, not that I'm competitive, girls, or anything, but just saying. Um, so from setting up my own practice to sailing as a world champion and to advising government on infrastructure and housing, the constant thread being if I was given an opportunity, I took it, even if it meant stepping out of my comfort zone. Of course, I messed up. I messed up a great deal. So many humiliating moments, which I actually wrote, and plenty of broken bones. And the successes, they came from a realization that as long as you're authentic, truth to power, you will gain respect. And the wins, as well as those losses, and the time will really shine through. Very well, you may say. If you're confident and you're able to say yes, if you, if you feel like you belong, it's all very well. The irony is exactly the opposite for me. I had a very unconventional upbringing. This is where I make space, because one of the other ways I put myself out of my comfort zone is not to write everything down. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how I was brought up. My grandfather lost his brother in the Second World War. His brother was 18 years old. And wanted to find a different way of living. So he set up a community. And over the years, families would come and live there, including my own. But we didn't grow up as a kind of conventional in a nuclear family. I was brought up by lots of different people. Lots of people helped my career. Lots of people helped the way in which I grew up. And my parents, although they were there, really kind of they didn't really necessarily act as my parents. The nuclear physicist who lived upstairs would teach me about, help me with my physics homework. The woman who ran a barmaid would teach me everything I shouldn't have known. I had a very kind of enriching and I think generous early life. I also had to look after my great grandmother. To come home from school when I was 6 years old. She lived till she was 111 years old. No thanks to me. No thanks to me. She was the oldest woman in Great Britain and was in the Guinness Book of Records, which is probably about my biggest claim to fame. What it did teach me, however, is that you shouldn't always accept rules and structures. You shouldn't always think that being normal was necessarily an advantage. And although it took me a long while to feel comfortable about sharing that story and about even bringing people home, I realized after a while that it was what made me special, or at least made me interesting at dinner parties, to talk about this extraordinary kind of early years that I had, but it also, I think, taught me the importance of community, the importance of looking after other people, and to value the importance of your quality of life. And actually, my big breaks came when I spoke out, when I questioned and challenged the norm in a way that I wouldn't have necessarily done so. You're all probably too young to remember Michael Heseltine, Lord Heseltine, an incredible politician. And I had the privilege of meeting him once. And it was because I said to him, and I stood up to him and said, Michael, you've set this commission up to at the time it was the Lower Thames Estuary Commission, but there are no women on this panel. There is no one from Kent, and there is not one person who isn't a. Oh my dear. Oh, well, come on then. And I realised that I'd just given myself a job interview and had been accepted. But it didn't stop there because, of course, then I had to go through the formal interview, which I obviously passed, not unbeknown to me. At the end of which I was taken aside and was asked if there was anything that would embarrass the government. I said, "Sorry, what do you mean?" And they said, "Is there anything embarrassing in your, past life that would embarrass the government?" And I sat there with this roll of things going through my mind. Oh, do you think they mean that? Or do you think they mean that? And I, no, I don't think so. And immediately phoned a friend and said, "What do they mean?" He said, "You pay your tax." Yes, I pay my tax. So I think there's something always to be said about really understanding and believing and trusting your senses. And so my point here is that everything, I think, always comes full circle, and that holding on to those values and finding ways in which you can convert those values into action is what will eventually define you as a practitioner. Staying true to what you believe in, I think, is something that no power, big or small, can ever take away from you. The real work, of course, is figuring out how to translate those beliefs into something that's practicable. You, as emerging thinkers and professionals, really do need to understand what you can bring to the table, what your worldview is, and how you are best placed to bring it into action. The other thing, of course, is to surround yourself with people who can get you there. Whether it's people that you have the same or similar beliefs, or people who directly oppose what you stand for. In your careers, you will spend so much of your time, sweat, love, and care making places to serve the people that will use them. I can only encourage you to take the time to understand what it makes to make a good place, how to make it last, and how to make it respectful to what's around it, and to make a positive impact on its context and a negative impact on the world's resources. When I set up the Quality of Life Foundation 5 years ago, I did it because I was just so cross. And I was so cross with the profession for not for having a conversation about aesthetics, which obviously got me into serious trouble because as an architect, you don't say, do people really care if they have a pitched roof or a flat roof? Do people really care if they live in a modern or traditional house? Should we be having these polarizing arguments and conversations? Shouldn't we be asking what it is about our built environment that actually improves people's quality of life? And isn't it the responsibility of those who are running our built environment to make sure that we actually understand what that means? And so I went round and I just harangued every big developer and said, you need to get on board and help me. And it was the late Tony Pidgley who ran Berkeley Homes, and he said to me, "Well, what do you need, Sadie?" And I'm like, "Oh God, that's a good question. I hadn't thought about that. I'm so busy telling everyone what I was thinking." And he said, "What do you need?" And I said, "Oh, I think I need some money." Now, if you're an architect, you'll know that you always charge about a fifth of what you should be charging. So I was thinking about this. I was thinking, okay, he's going to give me some money. I'll think of a number. I'll triple it. So I told him my number, and he said, "Yeah, fine." And I'm like, oh, I could at least quadrupled it. But what it did was allow me to begin to set up this charity, which has gone on. My brother now runs it. We really did set it up together, and it has, I think, made a huge impact. I hope um, into the understanding of health and well-being within our built environment. And I think the point being that actually, if you have an idea, and if you have uh, not necessarily a way that you can imagine to make it happen, it's not hard if you find friends, if you find support, and if you look around to those colleagues to help you put those thoughts to action, and then convince somebody in this case to give you some money or to give you some help or support in doing so. I'd finally just like to say that your voice is the strongest tool that you actually have, both now and as you move forward in your career in this industry. Make it heard, but most of all, make it authentically yours. Thank you.
I told you she was inspiring. There's things in there I didn't know about Sadie, so we'll chat later, but amazing stuff. Thank you so much for coming and talking to our graduates and being associated with the university. I hope you'll indulge me in my final moments as Chair of Trustees of this incredible institution to just take a moment to say a few personal words. It's always hard to leave behind something you've seen go from strength to strength and believe in absolutely passionately. But I am delighted that UCEM is in the best possible health with a bright and exciting future ahead. As Chair of Trustees, I could not have left UCEM in better or more capable hands than with Peter McCrae, OBE, as my successor. Peter, do stand up, please. I've known Peter for 20 years and absolutely trust that this man will not only take on the legacy, but build on it. He will make it his own, but most importantly, he will take UCM on to even greater heights in the future. Peter, thank you for picking up the mantle. It's not yours quite yet, but I wish you all the very, very best. And thank you for being a really true friend as well. So good luck to you. It's been an absolute pleasure to serve the university as chair, and I would like to take the opportunity to personally thank Vice Chancellor Ashley Wheaton, our Deputy Vice Chancellor Jane Foltz, and also the Pro-Vice Chancellors, the Executive and all of the staff team. Thank you to all of you here and all of you back of house. It's without your unwavering support and dedication that we're able to do our job. So yes, please, a round of applause. I too would like to thank our amazing Board of Trustees, and particularly my Vice Chair, Steve Jackson, who was here with us yesterday, all of whom give their time absolutely tirelessly and always have the best interests of the university, and of course all of you at their heart for the discussions. But finally, I would like to thank our incredible student cohort and our graduates today. Without you, it's pointless. We wouldn't have a university. Without your success, we wouldn't have our success. This is my payday, £1 every time one of those students walks across the floor. I just feel so empowered and so inspired by all of you. Built environment careers are absolutely critical to develop our future world, and UCM, of course, has a really critical role to play now and for the future. I would like to wish Peter McCrae and everyone involved in continuing the journey to truly become the centre of excellence for built environment education, every success going forward. So, as we close, I would like to finish by adding my own personal congratulations to all of our graduates on their magnificent achievement. This is without question one of the most satisfying and rewarding days for me as chair of the board, and indeed for all of us as trustees and academic staff. All of you here today have demonstrated incredible perseverance and commitment, alongside, of course, all the family and friends and supporters, to see it through. Working in the evenings, over weekends, through your holidays. Well done. Path in your success today is yours. Your studies at UCEM are a part of your learning, and learning, of course, is a lifetime activity. Please continue to build on that richest environment that you can. The most critical issues facing all of us include energy, climate change, and of course, sustainability. You should feel proud that from today, you are part of the solution for these concerns. Of course, you will always remain part of the UCM family and now join our extensive alumni network, as you mentioned, 150,000. The whole university congratulates and celebrates with every single one of you. We are so proud of what you have all achieved. Please do join us for drinks outside, and I truly hope that you all enjoy the rest of your day with your family and friends. Thank you very much.